So we're just going to put the final touches onto this knife here that I've been sharpening up. It's just a little wee kitchen knife, but I thought it would be quite fun just to take its edge up to 8000 grit, and then after that I thought I was just gonna give it a little strop and see if we can get it to 0.5 micron just with some of this paste stuff here, which is a polishing compound. So I've got a leather strop here, the 0.5 micron paste, which is it's kind of goo. It's got a hard goo, so just put some of that on, rub it in. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of a yellowy stuff. For this particular strop, I only ever use this one compound. If you want to use a different compound, I recommend you get a different paste for each, or different compound for each paste you might get. You can get different strengths or grittinesses of your compound. This particular one I'm doing at 15 degrees, just because I believe that's the best range to do a knife on. Now normally you go back and forth, but when you're using a strop, you only want to do downstrokes, otherwise you end up slicing your strop to bits. How do I know that? Yes, exactly. Have it. So just applying no real pressure, just letting the leather glide over the edge. The theory is that take the last few sort of scratches out, but also hopefully it will knock off any traces of the wire edge that might be there as well. Just for the last step really. It's probably, well, definitely overkill for this knife, because pretty soon what'll happen is my daughter will come home, she'll grab it and start chopping something on the metal bench with it, but you know, it's the joys of fatherhood and all that. Anyway, this will be nice and sharp. I wonder if I could order paper around here I can test this on. Once you've done that, I basically just take this back off. You can see the sort of yellowy goo that's come off onto it. So I just store this away again in this little container, just so that it stays in fairly good condition. No dust or anything like that getting in there which could compromise the edge. Put that back in there, grab this and just get rid of that excess stuff. I think it's like wax, which is diamond dust embedded in it, or I don't know, something like that. You can see 15 degrees is pretty much the maximum level I could get on this particular knife, because it's getting really, really close to the vice angle. Anyway, we'll take it out and see what it can do. Sometimes I strop things on this, which is just a homemade piece of wood, bit of leather glued on it, rub compound on that. I find it's a good thing. What are you doing when you're stropping? Well, you're really just ripping off a wire edge, generally speaking. The stropping I was doing here was more of a polishing cut than anything else, but it might take a bit of the wire edge. But the problem when you sharpen is you get thinner and thinner, and you get a little piece of metal right at the very apex of your edge, just right at that line, and that can just bend back and forth, back and forth, back and forth as you hit it and not actually knock it off. And so by stropping it, you can rip that off completely, exposing a nice sharp edge. So there we go. That away, grab that, put that in there. Another trick you can do, just check your edge, is just to fold across a couple of times like that, which will finish off your edge quite nicely.
What?
So there we go. It's got a absolute mirror, pristine condition. I don't know if you guys can see that. And we just need a little bit of paper or something to try cutting. Don't have anything handy except for that. There we go. Not the best medium, but you can see it's sharp. Thanks guys. Cheers.